Right, here's my review of the Pergear TK6 that I recently got on Amazon. I've had it for a few weeks and I thought I'd take some time just to do a quick review on this one. I've had a look at it today on Amazon. I bought it for £39 and I got it through Prime, so it came from China in just one day, which was fabulous. Did a load of searching around on YouTube and things for the right kind of tripod for me. This is by all accounts a travel tripod. This is not, technically speaking, the full size one. However, I'm 6'4" and this extends right up so I can stand up straight and look right through my viewfinder on my DSLR, no problem at all. Just to give you a few highlights with this one, it's nice that it's got the foam grips on the legs. It's a shame on the third leg there is no grip, but this third leg is quite special. If you just unlock it, see this gold tab here, if you unlock it, this effectively becomes a monopod with the center stem. Some of these tripods that I was looking at had a single center stem, whereas this one has a double. So there's two collars right here, and if we unlock them we can then hopefully lift the top one out. Here we go. So it's two parts. So we've got this one first and we lock that off in the center, so we've got a certain height, obviously once the legs are extended, and then we've got a second extension that goes on to the, I think they call this a gimbal head or something like a ball head. So you've got the extra height. So you would need to use both of these together to get maximum height, which might be an issue on a windy day perhaps. But that is how I get it up to maximum height. The one, I've not had a ball head before, and I know you can pay a lot of money for a ball head, but I have to say this has got three controls on it which are fantastic. So the first one, we've got a knob here and like a little gold collar, and what that enables you to do is to set your DSLR up and actually pan across a shot whilst keeping the head completely still. The big knob there controls the actual plate, which has got a quick release on it, so I'll just show you that. You unscrew here and that comes out. Okay, standard fitment for your camera. You've got a level on there as well and a level on that knob, so when I've got my DSLR on here I'll find that it will naturally cover one of the levels, but I've got the one on the back there so I can always make sure that it's level. This third knob here is actually a tension for the ball head, so if you want it really loose when you're moving it around and you lock it off with this big knob, you can. If you want it, maybe you've got a heavy camera or a zoom lens, you would just tighten this up so you've got more resistance to the movement, and then you still lock it off with a big knob, so you've got that option there as well. And like I said, with the pan effect, you know, you can quite easily just pan straight around for a nice panoramic shot. Really nice and smooth. The locking mechanism on the legs, this has got a tab that you pull out and push in right at the top of the leg, so you just pull that out and extend the legs to wherever you want it to go. So you literally can go near flat with this. So if I was to take the center stem back up again, let me just take this, unlock it if it will come up. There we go. And leave the legs. You can effectively have the center stem up and all the legs out flat like this, or virtually flat, for when it's going to be sitting, you know, on the ground. You can reverse this stem and have it hanging down underneath as well, so if you really want to get the camera as low to the ground as possible, you can do it that way. And I was umming and ahhing about whether or not to get a tripod with these locking mechanisms. My other tripod, it has like flicky levers, and some people like those, and I thought that would be fine for me. But I have to say, you've got 4 extensions right here, and I saw someone else on YouTube just grab them all, undo them, and the lock comes straight out in one go. So if you close it up and then grab them, that's, your hand's got to be wide enough, of course, but I'd say an average hand would get across there, and as you saw, they've all come out and all gone back in, rather than click, 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 then put them all back in, click, 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 click. So, and they obviously all come out like any tripod you would expect to come out individually. One thing this didn't have, other than I would have liked the phone to have been on this arm, this leg rather, for a monopod. The one thing that is missing technically on some of these tripods that I saw online was that the rubber foot came off or screwed in, and you had like a metal prong coming out for if you were on grass or something like that. This doesn't. This is a fixed rubber foot on the bottom of here. Not really bothered, because if I've got any issues with it being a windy day, if I just push this down, I don't know if I can show you this on the camera. Here we are. On the bottom of here we've got a hook for your bag, so you put your camera bag on the bottom. Then when it's in this position, you put your camera bag on here and it will weight the tripod down. So to me that is the, you know, an alternative way of fixing the tripod down firmly instead of having any particular spikes, which on their own wouldn't hold a tripod in windy conditions anyway. You'd still need weight on the bag. So I guess you know, we're pretty much sorted with that. This does fold down very, very small. The idea being, if you take out the centre hook, if you unwind it, the one that you put your bag on, let me just wind that out. There we are. This is what you get. Okay, there. Take that out, undo this collar, and then you undo the centre collar, and the whole shaft will come out, and you can store it in the opposite way, and it just makes the whole thing pack down. Not showing you that too clearly, am I really? But the whole thing packs down to that size. So when it's got to go in a bag, you know, it will do it. It comes with, I'm just going to put that down there. It comes with this rather heavy duty padded, but to me a touch on the tacky side, camo style bag. It does all fit in there though, no problem at all. Handle looks sturdy enough, and it's adjustable, so I guess if you were like a hobbit you could probably get that diagonally over your body, over your shoulder. And a lot of them, with the packaging and the reviews you see online, they come with that, but they also come with exactly the same box as this. This is what mine had on it, the tourism tripod, with a picture here of the same, you know, the same thing. There's so many of these tripods online, but I narrowed it down because the Pergear, you'll get exactly the same tripod called something else, just charging different money for it. And the one I got here is called the Pergear TK6. I may have mentioned that already. And just looking here a moment on my computer, I'm going to give you some of the specs. It says it's got the monopod. The tripod has an extra function. One of the legs can be used as a monopod. Locking system on the legs, we've discussed that. Knockdown centre column, so it goes in 2 parts, plus you can reverse it and spin it round the other way for either having your DSLR slam to the ground or for storage and packaging, travel. Detachable matching ball head, professional ball head, which I think is fabulous. It's really nice and steady. Foam grips, the spring hook for your bag, so you can weight the tripod down. Tripod bag as well, it mentions here. So it's aluminium alloy. It's got 5 leg sections, which is why it goes so high. Now this was the one thing that was different for me, was the maximum height. Some of these tripods look the same, well they are the same spec, but they don't go as high. This one goes to 1560 mil, or 1.5 meters. The minimum height being just 350 mil. Folded height only 520, so that's really not much at all. Load capacity, it says, is 6 kilos. I've put all my gear on here with no problems at all. And so you get the tripod, the carry bag, you do get a little pouch for the ball head, a holster as well. I've got that around, I think that's in my camera bag. If you bear with me a second. There's a nifty, oh there's the bag, that's the bag for the ball head. And I've got this little, here it is, and this is the other thing that you get with the tripod. It's like a pouch that goes right the way through. So the idea being is that there's a pocket here for you to put the foot of the tripod in when you're using it like a monopod. And you can make it like a short monopod, have it on your hip, and then use your camera like that. You can do it that way. And this idea being then just there's a flap that goes over your belt basically, with a nice hefty bit of Velcro on the back. So it's straight through Velcro on your belt, and then the tripod sits in there. If I can just show you how that's looking. That's the bit for your belt anyway, and then the pocket there is where the tripod will go. So quite nifty. It comes with all of that. There's one problem. I bought it a couple of months back at the most, and I got it for £39. The issue now is that when I looked at it today, and I put in Pergear TK6 on Amazon, it come up over 71 quid. So I'm really pleased I bought it when I did. It is a really solid piece of kit, and even at 70 quid it's good value. But if you're lucky you might find one somewhere else for similar money. But again, £39, you can understand why I snapped it up when I did. But it's absolutely fabulous. The same tripod will be found under different names, so it might be worth a little look. But when you're looking at them, you usually have the choices of different colours, but you usually have the choice of either the twist lock on the legs or the little flappy clips. And the flappy clips I think aren't as tall for whatever reason. They don't go quite as tall, probably because of the mechanism. The twisty ones, like I've shown you, like this one here, with the twisty legs, alright, with this mechanism, it goes higher. So the highest one I could find for a decent amount of money was $15.60, like I said before. So have a look. If you're tall like myself, like I said, I'm 6'4", so if you need something with a bit more height, then this will be the one. And I'm sure you'll find the same tripod with a different name, but at the same height. But this was the cheapest I could find it at the time. So hopefully that's been useful to you. Yeah, go out, get one. I think you'll enjoy it.